In the quiet, in the silence, wisdom whispers. Have you ever wondered why sometimes the most powerful message is the one left unspoken? Today, let's uncover a truth that might just change the way you see the world around you. Did you know that Buddha, a wise teacher from long ago, once said our words are incredibly powerful? He compared our tongue to the sharpest knife, able to cut deep, not on the skin, but in people's hearts. Words can lift someone up or bring them down. They can be our strength or our weakness. It all depends on how we use them, when we speak, what we say, and how much we talk. Speaking with kindness and wisdom can lead us to success. But if we are not careful, our words can also make life really tough. In a world where everyone's always talking, there's a story about a king who learned something really special about being quiet. Hang in there, as this story shows us a surprising truth about how powerful silence can be. This is a story of a long time ago, where there was a well-known Buddhist monk who lived in a peaceful forest, away from all the noise. He was known for his deep meditation practices and was famous all over the world. One day, a king visited him, complaining that he was always tired, frustrated, and unhappy, despite having wealth, fame, and everything he could wish for. He told the monk he couldn't find peace of mind. The monk told the king that the solution was already within him, but he hadn't found it yet. He suggested an experiment to help the king find peace. Curious and desperate, the king agreed to try anything. The monk then instructed the king to spend the next 15 days at the monastery, living simply, being quiet, and speaking as little as possible. The king decided to follow the monk's advice. On his first day, the king felt unusually restless and bombarded with thoughts, struggling with the simple lifestyle and the silence. Despite wanting to talk, he chose to remain silent and just sit quietly. Surprisingly, as the day turned to night, he began to feel calm and even happy, which confused him because he couldn't figure out why his restlessness was disappearing. The following day, he continued his solitude, this time paying attention to the nature around him, the flowers, plants, and birds. It was the first time he really noticed and appreciated the beauty of the natural world, feeling connected to it. After 10 days, the constant turmoil inside him had slowly faded away. By the 12th day, he found himself naturally drifting into deep meditation, with his eyes closing by themselves. In this state of deep meditation, he was free from all his worries and discovered a profound sense of peace. After 3 days of deep meditation, the king went to the monk and said, "Respected monk, I found out why I was so troubled before." He explained his realization about his distracted and troubled mind. The monk was curious and asked him to share his insights. The king said, "I realized I talked too much and spent too much energy on people, often in a negative way. This habit of talking too much and thinking negatively took up so much of my time and disturbed my peace of mind. Because of this, I couldn't do my work well and started failing in almost everything. My failures made me more unhappy and irritable, which only made things worse. But these last 15 days have changed me. I feel like I'm finally living life fully and correctly, realizing that before, I was doing it all wrong. I also learned that meditation comes naturally. We don't need to force it." The monk told the king that talking too much is something a lot of people do, and it often causes problems. He shared a lesson about the importance of being quiet by telling a story about Buddha. Buddha said he stayed quiet to really understand himself better because getting to know yourself is hard if you're always talking. He suggested that people should try to talk less, because a lot of what we say can end up causing trouble. The monk explained that being quiet helps you find peace, even when everything around you is busy and loud. Enjoying your own company is important, and if you ever feel overwhelmed by people, just close your eyes and take a moment for yourself. This helps you feel refreshed and ready to face the world again. He also said that when you're quiet and listen to your inner thoughts, you don't get upset easily. You can still talk and share things with others without losing your cool. This way, your words can be more like music, nice to listen to, and making everything feel right. Lastly, the monk told the king that finding joy in life and feeling strong on the inside comes from being okay with silence. When you're in touch with your inner self, you find a special kind of happiness, like when you're doing something you really love. Your face will show it, and you'll feel at peace, like you're floating in a sea of calm. Now, you might have noticed that talking a lot doesn't help calm our minds. It actually makes it harder for us to control our thoughts and stay focused. People who talk a lot often struggle to concentrate on one thing at a time. This means they can't fully commit to their goals and might not fully grasp what's truly important in life, making success harder to achieve. Also, you've probably seen that people who talk too much can end up being made fun of, while those who talk less but mean what they say are respected more. That's because people listen more to those who choose their words carefully and trust them more. Having a restless mind can also get in the way of success because it shows a lack of real interest in what one is doing. Being smart about when, where, and what to say is a key skill, and people who are good at this often do well in many areas of life. Those who speak sparingly tend to get noticed more and usually find success in what they pursue. We see that successful people often speak carefully, thinking about what they say, which helps them succeed. Those who talk all the time might end up lying or saying bad things about others, which can ruin relationships and reputations. That's why people often prefer to keep their distance from them. Ancient writings from many cultures say that our words show what we believe and value. Being quiet can teach us patience and make us more mindful. Meditation is a great way to get to know ourselves better. As we wrap up our story, we return to the beginning, remembering the king's adventure into silence. This simple story teaches us a big lesson. Being quiet can help us discover important truths. So, as we end this tale, let's remember that choosing to be quiet in a noisy world can teach us a lot about ourselves and everything around us. Now, encourage you to dedicate some time each day to embrace silence. Just 5 to 10 minutes of quiet reflection or no screen time can make a big difference. Notice how it affects your day and your mindset. If this story inspired you or made you think a little differently about the power of silence, go ahead and hit that like button. Share it with your friends and family who might appreciate a moment of quiet reflection too. For more inspiring stories like this one. For even more uplifting content, make sure to visit my channel. Let's spread the word and the peace of silence together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.